Hey friends, Justin here. I just watched on Netflix the Chadwick Boseman Portrait of an Artist. I definitely recommend it. It's about 21 minutes long, and if you have any interest in learning about a genius filmmaker, an actor, and really great person, it's worth your time. Um, it has cameos by Viola Davis, Denai Guerrera, Denzel Washington, Spike Lee, all of the directors that he's worked with, a lot of his castmates from previous films. So it's worthwhile just for some of the cameos that you see. It's really something. How many people have a lot of respect for Chadwick Boseman, his life, his legacy, and what he meant to African American film? Consider the fact that in his short career he played in 42 Jackie Robinson. He's played the Godfather of Soul, James Brown. Uh, Thurgood Marshall, Black Panther, and then uh, most recently the Levy in August Wilson's in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And Viola Davis goes on, and I definitely agree with her to describe August Wilson and his plays as the Shakespeare of Black culture, because August Wilson is able to capture the cadence and the fluidity and the poetry of the way that most African Americans speak, in the South and in the Midwest. And Chadwick Boseman had a real dedication and a passion to making sure that he portrayed his artistry the right way, and that he was always portraying a positive portrayal of African American culture, of just positive representation. So, Denai talks about how she was having some trouble with some of the African dialect, and Chadwick Boseman just casually leans in and says, "This is how you properly say it," in this regional African dialect. On that same film, Chadwick worked with an African dialect coach who was, African born, obviously, to help him with the authentic, nature of the accent. And so what the dialect coach remembers from the situation is Chadwick kind of schooling him and saying to him that the work that we do, you and I, has the potential to be the catalyst for African acting and work, perhaps an industry for years to come. And how true that is with Black Panther, Black Panther 2, and, the spin-off series and all those things that are, the potential behind that, especially if he had lived. So, people were really struck by the weight that he carried around with him and throughout his work. And if you haven't seen Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, this is a really great companion piece to that film. Watch this even if you haven't seen it. But if you watch Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and watch this, it's really mind-blowing how the other actors in the film marvel about how he studied the posture of a cornet player. When I watch the role, the only thing I think about is the acting, the lines, how he executed certain lines, how his tie would move, how he spins around and his clothes and everything move in time with his intention. Do you know what I mean? Some people can do that and their hair blows in the wind and it doesn't seem like it's windy. Some people have that control, and he was one of those people. Through his artistry, like Beyonce can stand there when there's no wind and control her hair. It's that kind of thing. He also played all of his own music in the film. So he studied the posturing of a cornet player, and they were impressed by that. But he also played all of his own music and made sure that it was perfect. And the director, Mr. Wolf, of the film, the remake of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, says, they had shot and canned a musical number and had moved on to other scenes. And Chadwick asked for a meeting with him to replay the music again. He had continued to work on his song and thought he may have a better version to offer. And, they had no intention of reshooting, but it really struck the director, how much passion, he put behind his role. One word that really stuck out that Viola Davis described Chadwick Boseman is a technician. She says he was not concerned at all about fame. On the set of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, he had no interest in talking about Black Panther in any of his previous roles. Everything was completely focused on, moving forward and the role that he was doing now and the research that he was doing to be accurate to the time. And she was really impressed by that and got emotional about, how he was really a once-in-a-generation thinker, an actor, an activist, and person. And I know it seems like I'm kind of gushing, about someone, and it may seem cultural or tribalistic, but give this portrait of an artist a try, and you will really understand the love that his community has for him and the genius behind the method acting that was Chadwick Boseman. He played people that he looked nothing like, that he had no mannerisms and connection with, like James Brown. And they explore how he was able to capture the essence of those characters so that it was not mockery or an imitation. It's really fascinating, and I think it's worth a watch. About 21 minutes. So give it a watch, you guys. I give it a thumbs up. And come back and let me know what you think. I hope you guys are doing well. I certainly am. I'm ready for the weekend already. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great week. Bye-bye.